Post-Credit Show. I'm your host, Evan Eskew. This is a podcast / show where honest people, at the average person, not film critics, not just average people.
We review movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just watched Better Man, the biopic about Robbie Williams. What did you guys think about it?
Honestly, when we first started watching it, I did not really want to. But it really had you on an emotional roller coaster with the main character. You kind of felt what he was feeling throughout the whole thing. And I think what stood out the most is the importance of having a strong role model in your life and seeing the effects of an absentee father that had, that whole situation, that, the effects that it had on him. And I think his desire, he wanted to be famous, he wanted to make it big, but I think it started out as he wanted to do it for his dad.
Yeah.
He thought he was, he would win his dad. He would have his dad back. And then to see the whole story and how at the end it was really more for himself than for his dad, and to see him repair those relationships. So going into it, yes, I did not want to watch it, but I actually...
She doesn't like...
musicals.
Yeah.
But that part was cool.
Which part?
That musical, that whole
the
scene, the street
so
scene.
Yeah, so there's a scene. It takes place in London where I think he first
when he was with the boy band.
When he first gets with the boy band, That, British boy band, and it's this whole choreographed,
this whole montage, with
one shot,
yeah,
just going through the street, and it kind of showed like his personality too, because he was like, pushing over people. He slammed the door on that lady.
Right.
How he's like reckless like that,
Yeah.
A little bit of a narcissist.
A little bit.
Which you see that he gets from his dad. Because, his dad was all about himself. So it was how he evolved at the end.
I think, I didn't want to see it because I'm like, what's with the CGI monkey?
Yeah, I was the only one who wanted to see it.
But, you're always trying to get us to watch movies and have a more mature film watching, experience. And to your credit, it was a very good movie. There was one point, and like you said, the emotional roller coaster. I mean, I felt myself tearing up, and I'm like, I am not about to cry for some freaking CGI monkey. Not happening.
Oh yeah, we didn't even mention that. But the whole movie, like he's a monkey, like he's a CGI monkey, and that's basically how he saw himself.
Yeah, he felt like he wasn't himself. He was somebody else.
Yeah.
And performing, entertaining like the monkey.
Right.
Would perform on the street.
Right.
And I that like jumped out at me like right at the end. I'm like, oh, the monkey. Yeah, like the street performers. He felt like, because he said, I'm an entertainer.
Right.
But the way he says that he always felt unevolved. So it kind of brought me back to creation.
Right.
How
we're supposed to
we're supposed to have been evolved from monkeys.
Right.
And I thought I finally got that analogy midway through the movie when he said that he felt he was always unevolved, and I was like, oh, that's...
You didn't get it?
Because I thought the first, what Cleve just said, him being a performer and, I didn't get the correlation between evolution, because that's what it really is.
The thing that stood out to me was that even as a monkey,
he still had like the characteristics of
what he was going through.
Right.
And it was basically like so basically, it was showing that even as this could have been anybody, because it wasn't even human. It was a monkey, so it could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been old, could have been young, could have been black, could have been white, could have been male, could have been female, could have been anybody. This is a movie that tells the story of the human condition, because it talked about, it was really a story about this person trying to get his father's love. His father leaves them, and he's like, like all kids, did you leave because of me? Did you leave because I was a failure? Did I make you unhappy? That scene where, where he's leaving on the bus and he's standing in the street looking at him, and he sees him looking at him. He's like, "You're leaving me." So he was always trying to get his father's approval, his father's love, and that's a story as old as time.
Yeah.
Every son wants his dad's approval, and every son needs his parents' approval. He had a fantastic mom. He had a fantastic grandmother. Still not enough. The influence and the importance of the father in any relationship for any person cannot be overstated. And like you were saying, the importance of having that father figure it shapes you for your whole life. It shaped him for his entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was powerful.
It's powerful. Never heard of it until like you said.
Or heard of him?
I didn't know who Robbie Williams was.
Yeah.
Still don't know who Robbie Williams is. I just
Well, the movie should have kind of given you an idea of him.
Now does he only do cabaret now?
I don't know.
Because that's the way when it ended. That was my takeaway.
Is he still performing?
I think so. I don't know actually. I honestly don't know.
I didn't realize that he was only 15 years old when he joined the boy band.
Wow.
And then they're going to like these clubs and stuff.
But think about it. You're talking about a pop star and that whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, that was this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And and then to have it all at the end and realize, like the Bible.
What did it all mean?
You know me. The scripture comes up in my head.
Mm-hmm.
What is it for a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. That's why I'm saying this movie really speaks to the human condition. And too bad it wasn't better received.
Yeah.
Because I think it was well done. I think it was I think it was incredibly well acted and directed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was well written.
Yeah.
This and the editing.
1 out of 5 stars. What do you give it?
I give it 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it 4.5.
I think I agree. What about you?
I would say 4.5.
Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for our first episode of the Post Credits Show. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll bring more real people onto the show.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
How about that?